Welcome to our new series, the 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie. Soto, your first movie you talked about, you had to clench your palate. You saw an animated movie. You're happy. I had to do it last week with Inside Out too. I had to put myself in a happy place. I 100% understand. Surprisingly, though, you stayed in the animated movie genre. So let's talk about the second movie review, and again, why you chose this one, because I got to hear about this.
I did. And again, I'm just in that vibe right now. It's because you were talking about going back to Pixar, right?
Yep.
And seeing as how I spend so much money every month on Disney Plus, I figured I might as well actually use it. I have two confessions to make.
That's a smart choice. Go ahead. I'm ready.
I have two confessions to make. And in this house, we don't listen, or we listen, but we don't judge.
Okay, listen. Okay.
It might be.
All right, can we repeat that? Because let me just clip that first part for your wife. Hey, Sarah, in this house, he says he doesn't listen. What, that son of a bitch? Anyhow,
in this house, we listen, we don't judge. Okay.
Okay.
I love Pixar movies. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
I've been a big fan of Pixar movies, but I have lost the plot on Pixar movies. I just stopped watching them. I just got to a point, very much like other things in my life, where I just didn't watch them enough. Whether or not I didn't watch them in theaters, I never got around to it. I mean, it was a very difficult part of my life. So there are two Pixar movies that I have not seen in particular. First one that I have not seen, I've never seen Up. Okay, the one with the old man, the balloons. I've never seen Up.
Okay.
The other one that I have never seen, Chad, I've never seen Toy Story 3.
Oh.
I have never seen Toy Story 3 from the beginning to end. I know like some plot points, and I know obviously the major plot point, obviously that happens, but I've never actually watched Toy Story 3 from beginning to end. So, we'll see, obviously, if we end up watching either of those movies for the rest of the year. But I wanted to get back into Pixar and see what I have missed. And the first one that stood out to me was the movie Coco. I love Day of the Dead motifs, like, completely. I love it. I just love the whole thing. I love the idea. Obviously, growing up Hispanic, although I grew up Puerto Rican, I grew up in California, which is very Mexican, and sort of I knew all this stuff, and I just always liked, the face paint and the whole cultural idea about Day of the Dead. I loved it. And so I just wanted to watch something. And to be honest, this is my own personal experience. I don't really get to watch a lot of movies that represent like my culture and me growing up, as far as being Spanish and Hispanic. When you grow up in the United States, a lot of your media and your culture is really white based. That's not a negative. It just is what it is. My superheroes are white. Everything I see is white. All these things are white. I have no problem with that. But for me, like, it's nice when I see representation of like what is my worldview. This is why when I played Spider-Man on PS5, I loved that I got to play as Miles Morales.
Yes.
Black Puerto Rican kid, like in Brooklyn, like, and he was like, one of his Spider-Man costumes was like the Puerto Rican flag, like mixed with Spider, and I was like, that was really cool. Because I don't get that a lot. Like, I just don't, in the media that I consume, I don't really get a lot of Spanish stuff. And that's fine. But when I watched Coco, and of course it's in English, it just, it revolves around a young kid. He's part of a family. Like, the way it starts off is, down his family line, one of his great grandfathers was like a musician that left his family, and the mom was left by herself, and so she, with nothing left and having to raise children, she developed a shoe making company and did everything she could, and then made a successful shoe making company, and it got passed along down to the family, and then everything. So this whole family of Mexicans, who make shoes and who've made this business. And so along comes the main character Miguel, and Miguel likes music, but music is kind of taboo in their family, obviously, because everybody remembers that, that great grandfather left them. And so they don't talk about music or anything like that. But so he's secretly playing the guitar behind the scenes and everything, and he's like trying to hide it from his family. You know how the story goes, right? Because you've seen like every single Disney movie. It's like, he's gonna follow his dreams. And through a series of circumstances, he, finds out that he may be related to this famous Mexican guitar player singer. And on the Day of the Dead, he goes and tries to get the guitar to try to play it and see if he connects or anything. And then through serious circumstances, he's transported to the underworld. And then the plot of the movie starts really where it's like, how does he get back? He meets his relatives. How does he, kind of figure out like what's important? Is it your passions? Is it your family? Like what's more important with that? Which by the way, I feel like I've been saying this on the last 3 fucking podcasts that we've had, where it's like, what do you think is better? Like the things you love or like the things that are important? Like what is better there? But what I found was just a very well done, super great looking Pixar movie, with great music, great vibe, great design, great message, all that stuff. I really enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed the music. I felt like a connection to this movie as well. And again, I know you're not Spanish, but so like island Spanish is different than Mexicans. Sometimes people just kind of lump us all together, but like that's very different culture. Like, because people assume, and we've talked about it, joked about it, in our Saturday podcast, where people assume Puerto Ricans can eat spicy food because they're Spanish. No, that's Mexicans. Mexicans eat spicy food. Puerto Ricans don't really do that. We just don't really fuck around with that kind of shit. We like a lot of coconut in our shit. But just overall, as a cultural thing, I just really connected with this movie, and I love the vibe, and I love the ending, and I love the overall message. It's one of the best Pixar movies that I've seen, and it will probably make me start going towards that direction of catching up on all those Pixar movies that I haven't seen, especially the big ones, right? And I will eventually make my way to Inside Out as well. But I was just so pleasantly surprised by how heartfelt this movie was, and just everything. I know you're big into music. I really like the music on this too. Not a musical, but it did have music in it. I know that we've said that's a big thing. So, yeah, I really like this movie. I really liked it a lot.
Now, as you're kind of looking through, yes, I am shocked, Soto, because based on the time frame when you were at Blockbuster, because
Yeah,
Toy Story 3 was 2010, you were still
yeah,
there. And Up was whatever,
it
I
was.
think 07, 08. I could be wrong about that. I felt like it was before. And I will say this: Toy Story 3 is yes, there is a Toy Story 4, but 3 is the perfect conclusion to what that trilogy is. 4 kind of
Hmm.
starts the new chapter, and I won't say more. I mean, Up, I can get it. Up is hit or miss with some people, but the emotional impact of that story and everything that goes there, it's
Yeah.
such a. I get that that's not, as a child, if they're children watching this or watching that, wouldn't be big on Up. There might be some parts. There's just more. It's more of an adult story, so you might enjoy Up a lot more than you think you will. Up just surprised me,
Hmm.
but yeah, I am kind of surprised that you did not check out those two. After that, after you left, I can see that. Kind of like with the Inside Out. Like I know whatever else came out around that time. When we left Blockbuster, but the fact that you haven't seen Toy Story 3 just it shocks me. I learned something new.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Soto,
In this house, we listen. We do
I,
not judge.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm just shocked and I am surprised. I'm not saying what the
Uh
fuck, Soto. I was just like, I just assumed
huh.
because you were still at
Uh huh.
Blockbuster, because
Yeah.
2010, because I was
I had a
like,
lot of different things on my mind, dude. I mean,
yeah, it happens. It happens. Yeah.
I was really into substance abuse at that time. That was more important to me than anything else.
That
So,
was right before you lived with
but
me.
here we are. Yeah, but here we are.
Here we are.
Just trying to catch up. And so that's the story of how I got, I watched Coco. I'm happy to watch Coco. I think it came out in 2017. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm
I
totally
feel
wrong on
like, I
that,
mean, I
but
couldn't tell you. Definitely feel
almost
like it's
10
last 10
fucking
years.
years ago.
Yeah.
It looks great though. Like you put this movie, like you buy this movie on Blu-ray, it's fucking amazing. I think the next time I watch it, I'll probably end up watching it in Spanish because there's a Spanish version of it, just to have it feel more natural to me. But overall, I mean, it was fantastic. It's a movie I'll definitely watch again.
All right. But the question now is, where do you rank this? And the
Yeah,
fact that you might let, you said you would buy this on Blu-ray. All right, let's see. Let's see
yeah.
where you're going with this. Where are you going with Coco? You enjoyed it. It's got music, but
Yeah,
not a
Chad, I'm
musical.
gonna tell you right now, this movie is and again, I preface this by saying I will probably have to redo some things, but
As we always
this
do.
movie's gonna be number 8 for me
Ooh.
overall. Number 8 behind Eraserhead and above Paddington. This is in my top 10 for this year of movies
Paddington
that I've
2
seen.
going down. Wow.
I
Yeah,
like
it makes
Paddington 2,
I
but I didn't emotionally connect with Paddington 2 as much as I did with Coco. It was legit, and it's like it really pulled on my heartstrings with shit like family, and then like what happens to you when you die, and like how you don't die until like you're forgotten, and like how your like ancestors and people that love you like will continue to like put your picture up and allow you to come back because it's like you still have that connection to the world after you die. It's like people will still keep remembering you, and how that is like such an important value for family that extends beyond just the family that you have here. It's like it extends to like the future and everything, and it just connects you to everyone who's ever been watching over you and everybody who you'll be watching over. It is a really good theme.
No, I heard a lot of good things about it. Just like you, kind of stopped watching Pixar movies after a while. I think when the family wanted to see something, we did check it out. Especially when the kids were a
Mhm.
little younger. But no, that sounds good. Like I said, just two different kind of animated movies in the same week. So
Oh, much different animated movie. Much different. Much different.